Good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining me today. Yeah, the crowd looks like they're going to be bored today because I'm going to talk about Realsatisfied. Everybody's favorite subject, right? Everybody getting their reviews? Yes? Yes?
However, can I ask a question?
I haven't even started talking and Claire has a question. Perfect.
I had a closing on Friday and it hasn't gone out yet.
All right.
Is that something that I need to be doing on my end? Or?
No, it is. So
I don't know.
Realsatisfied surveys go out after every one of your closings, right? Your survey doesn't go out until we process the payment, right? So to answer your question, survey went out Friday, the office was closed. Yesterday, Nan was out, she processes all commission checks now. So it should go out today or tomorrow.
Okay.
For your Realsatisfied survey, right? It does happen at times where they don't go out for one reason or another. If they don't go out, all I need you to do is reach out to help desk, say, survey didn't go out on this property, and they should all go out within 3 to 4 days of closing, business days, because that's how often we process stuff. But if there's something wrong, it won't go out. So just alert the help desk and we will get the survey sent out, right? And you'll be able to see it and do all that stuff. You'll get the notification emails when they go out, right? So getting your surveys, right now our return rate is kind of garbage. So I want to show everybody how to get in here just so that you can see how to get to it, except I'm going to run into a speed bump here and then I will just discuss it from there because 21 Online, right? Get logged into 21 Online. I don't need to show you all that. Go to menu and Productivity Hub over on the right-hand side. Productivity Hub. See my mouse? Perfect. Click on that. Quick way to get there. You have these. All of these are in alphabetical order. I always like clicking on awards and rankings. It narrows the list. Right? And you will see Realsatisfied/QSS. Click Go to Realsatisfied and it will hyperlink you over there, except I'm getting a login error, right? And it says to please contact your office administrator. My account is the office administrator. To activate your profile, my profile was never deactivated, right? So I don't know what's going on here, right? This is how you get into Realsatisfied though, right? When you log into Realsatisfied, have any of y'all logged in and been in here before, looked at it? Yep. It will show you a list of all of your closings, all of your surveys that went out. You can click on them. You can see what's going on with your surveys. There's also a place in there where you can encourage your consumer to give you a survey response by giving them Starbucks money, right? A $25 Starbucks gift card. You can kind of, if you have to do that. But you can also resend the invitations at that point, right? So the best way to get a response, obviously, is all of you are following up with your customers after closing, right? You have them on a drip campaign. You have a robust follow-up so that in 5 to 7 years, when they go to sell their house, buy a new one, because people typically move in about that time frame, right? You've been in contact with them. You're top of mind. That's how you build a robust real estate business, right? It takes a lot of time, but you have to stay following up with them. So in your communication with them, if you don't have the survey back, say, hey, I don't see where I got a survey. If I send it to you right now, could you go in and fill it out for me? That'd be awesome, right? And then you can click resend. So that's how you can do it in Realsatisfied. To kind of flip that around, if it is going to one of the buyers, but you want it to go to another buyer, just contact the help desk and say, I would like this sent to this person at this email address, and we have to update it from the office administrator account, right? So technology, you have to love it, right? So y'all, like everybody, I did this on purpose just to show you that I deal with this technology stuff too, all the time. No, I didn't. I knew what I wanted to talk about today, right? But I log in and it's like, whoops, contact your office administrator. Well, if any of you saw it, you would contact me and I would fix it, right? Well, I am the office administrator, so this is what's happening. But anyhow, so getting them out and sending them then and doing that is kind of the greatest way. With the surveys, everybody knows The rules, yes, you want to hear the rules again for your surveys? All right. You need a total of 8 return surveys, right? 8 return. So if you have 10 closings, you need 8 out of 10 people to respond to the survey. Rentals, commercial, land, they don't count. All right? Only residential, right? So referrals don't count, all that stuff. So you need 8 out of 10 returned, right? And you need a 90% approval rating on those 8 reviews, average, right? So the other part of that, which I hope all of you are saying this year, is there's also a rule that you have to have at least a 50% return rate. And what that means is if you had 16 closings, you still need to have 8. But if you have 20 closings, you need to have 10 return, a 50% return rate, right? So 50% return rate, 8 minimum reviews with a 90% plus rating, and you get the Quality Service Survey Award. And I have one Pinnacle member in here too. Are you a Pinnacle? No. You need a couple more years in to get your Pinnacle, but next year you'll get the Pinnacle. Perfect. So that's how you get the Quality Service Award, and it is.
The goal shouldn't be to do the minimum. The goal should be to get every single person that you close a transaction with to give you a review.
Thank you, Casey.
Yeah. I don't know why we're talking about
Because well, I'm gonna kind of dovetail it because that was my last point. Is you want to get absolutely as many of these filled in as you possibly can, right? Another thing that you can use this for is in your Maxa accounts, right? You can have Realsatisfied surveys go from Realsatisfied straight into Maxa.
You can also have it auto-populate on your website if you have them.
Yeah, if you know how to set up RSS feeds and all that
It's
stuff.
really easy.
Yes.
They give you the code.
Thanks, Casey.
Then you copy and paste it.
Thanks, Casey. I got this. No, so with Maxa, to get your surveys in, the first time you do it, it's going to ask you for a code, right? Who knows their code?
2121?
No. The code, 99% of the time, is going to be first name dash last name. Unless you have there have been a couple people that have had, there's already somebody in the Century 21 brand named John Smith, so your account, your login to 21 online is john.smith2, john.smith3. So if that is the case for your 21 online login, which I don't think any of you have super common names, right? So maybe somebody out there does. But if you have that, what you need to do is do first name dash last name and the number that they gave you for your Century 21 corporate login. So
Is it dash or dot?
dash. Dash is your code to pull in the Realsatisfied surveys to Maxa.
What is called key something?
It's called a vanity.
It's called a vanity key.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
like-
And mine would be Dwayne dash Amos, no spaces, just Dwayne dash Amos, right? So Miguel dash Betancourt, Tracy dash Lee, everybody dash everybody. Unless you have a 1, 2, 3, and then it'll be first name dash last name, the number. And that should always take care of it. That'll help you out with Maxa and being able to pull in your surveys and creating beautiful flyers and stuff in there, right? All right. Questions on Realsatisfied? Who's going to get a QSS award this year? I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're going for it? All right, perfect. That's what I like to hear. Go ahead, Miss Tracy.
So I know I sent in for a couple of new addresses for those to go to, so that it won't go out until this is fixed, right?
Yes, I don't have a way to get in.
Yeah.
So, yep, send them again, send them to help, and I'll make sure that we get a look at it if your surveys are still outstanding. This should be resolved by the end of the day. I have a contact at corporate that before I came in here, I emailed Lexi, so, and said, can you please help out with this one? So, any other questions on quality service, QSS? Nothing? All right.
When do we use the vanity code?
You use it in Maxa
Max, okay.
as you're using one of the
Testimony.
pre-created testimonial flyers, brochures, whatever the case may be.
Okay,
All right,
thank you.
very good. Other questions? What else we want to talk about today? Y'all got about 10 more minutes with me. Let's make it lively. I'm in a good mood. Questions, questions, questions. Casey, don't stump me.
I'm not,
Okay,
not gonna do it.
good. Good. I appreciate it. Thank you. No questions? Somebody's got to have something. Don't make me go get Mike and tell him to ask me questions. Nothing? We sure? Miss Jasmine, thank you for saving me.
So I noticed that the brokerment had like all these updates, right?
Mm-hmm.
So did they like add other platforms integrated into it?
So the question is Brokerment has recently gone through updates. For those that you have logged into it, you may have noticed that. Okay, so Brokerment is owned by Inside Real Estate. Inside Real Estate just did a whole rebranding thing of all of their platforms, rolling them all into one. So Brokerment, Boomtown, which some of you are very familiar with, KV Core is also in that, as well as a few other tools and such that Inside Real Estate offers, right? So they just did a rebranding. So no, there aren't extra tools that were added in.
I thought.
Is there something that you wanted added in?
Well, I was wondering how like the brokerment and Boomtown would go and like integrate together, but.
So you can, how we use Boomtown and how we use Brokerment are not typical of most brokerages, right? So in most brokerages, you would have a Boomtown account, or I'm sorry, you'd have a Brokerment account, right? And it's your account. It's for you to manage and track, right? But we have the help desk, and the help desk is managing and tracking all of your stuff, right? And maybe I should do Brokerment and ways that you can use Brokerment to help yourself as well. You help your business on Thursday, right? So great idea. Take a mental note of that, write it down. So Brokerment would just be a tool for you to use. There wouldn't, and if you didn't put anything in there wouldn't be anything in there, right? That's how it was originally designed. Well, with Boomtown, so say you get a lead in Boomtown, right? And Boomtown is a CRM. It's for tracking leads, doing all that stuff. And for those of you that have Boomtown, I hope you know that you have a website. Do you know all the tools that are in Boomtown? It's quite insane, actually. But as you get that lead and as they put in an offer or write a contract, you can transfer that transaction data directly into Brokerment. Except we already do it for you regardless of whether it's a Boomtown lead or not, or any other lead, right? So y'all also have sphere of influence buyers and sellers where those people aren't in Boomtown, so they wouldn't automatically transport in. So that's kind of one of the integration tools that's there. Does that make sense? But we don't use, we being as a brokerage, don't use Brokerment a lot of the same ways as other brokerages do. Make sense? Hope to answer, did I answer your question? Partially? Like, I don't want to.
The answer is no.
The answer is no.
Yeah.
Well, the answer is yes, but if you wanted to do all of that, you could. But the office isn't going to do it for you, and most agents don't use Brokerment in that capacity. Or Boomtown in that capacity, as a matter of fact. So, yes and no, but no. All right, great. Other questions? Come on. I got 5 minutes, guys. Come on. Mike's going to yell at me. You don't want Mike yelling at me, do you? Oh, yeah. Thanks, Miguel. Oh, Selena, thanks for saving me.
Absolutely. So there are some people within this room that have not logged into their Maxa accounts.
I don't want to talk about that.
How do I get logged into my Maxa account?
How do you get logged into your Maxa account?
What's the process?
First off, the website itself is c21connectrealty.maxadesigns.com. c21connectrealty.maxadesigns.com. The username is your email address. The password, if you have never logged in before, is C21Connect2024 exclamation. Log in. If that password doesn't work, do a password reset. If you're still having trouble, email me, email Mike. That's how you get into Maxa. Short and sweet. Yes, or just email help desk, email Mike, email me, say, hey, I can't get into my Maxa account, and we will let you know. Right? Miss Jasmine, another question.
Can we add that link to the Brokerment, like dashboard? I think that'd be easier. Yeah.
Add that link to the Brokerment
so-
I
dashboard.
actually really like that too.
Yeah, the meeting links.
That would be a slight enhancement request. Feel free to send me an email about it as a reminder so I can discuss it with Mike. Shouldn't be a problem though, but that's a changing a platform and there are thoughts for some of those links. So send it to me, email it to me as a suggestion, request, and I will try and make it happen.
I think the usage would go up if we had the link directly in there.
You think the usage would go up?
Yeah, because you just click.
Great. I mean, it's a great idea. Like I said, send it to me so that you don't have to think about it. It's just right there in Brokerment. You can just click on it and link to it. Perfect. I think Selena's emailing me right now. She went silent and I see her on her phone like this. She's like, no, we're going to ask Dwayne this right now. Send.
Whatever you use to get on the internet, whether it's like Google or Firefox or whatever, typically in settings you can go in and plug in what's known as startup websites. So I've got like FMLS, Max, all the stuff that I commonly use. And when I click to open my browser, they're just
10 tabs open.
the tabs already open up. So that might be a better, quicker solution for you.
Lots of different preferences and settings that can be set up for it. I get his. I am a favorites toolbar guy. So all of my favorite websites come across my toolbar at the top. So if I want them, because I don't like 20 tabs opening every time I open. Yeah, some of us don't have computers with 64 gigs of RAM and unlimited storage and supercomputers that move and shake. Some of us have struggles when you get to about 5 web pages open. I'm just teasing, yeah. So, yeah, that's a good idea. Good suggestion. Thank you. I believe Selena sent me the email, yes?
Just did.
Thought so. So no need to bombard me with emails. We'll discuss it. She probably already copied Mike in on the email as well. So great suggestion. Thanks. We'll see about making that happen. 2 minutes. Come on. More. No more? You guys are good? You're done?
Favorite restaurant?
My favorite restaurant is now Connor's on Windward.
What is
Connor's Steakhouse. Delicious steaks. Delicious. They have an aged ribeye that is delicious. All right, that's enough.